Alright. This is gonna be fun. Hello everyone, this is you Captain speaking, and I'm standing. We're standing. I'm here with my friend, Miles Away. They have a YouTube channel in the description, I think, if I remember. And we're here to do some FNAF theories, because recently, what came out was the ultimate custom night for FNAF 6, which is 50 different characters, no wait, 56 different characters. Full of lore, full of cutscenes that are stupid, and complications and timelines, and just the entire FNAF lore is complicated. So we have lots of paper, we have brains, we have markers somewhere actually. Everybody calm down. What color do you want? Pink? I like pink. Will that show up?
Pink would be good.
And we have a wall. We don't have any red yarn, but we also don't have a lot of photos to connect the red yarn to. We really wanted to do that, but we can't do that. So, we're going to establish the timeline. First off, is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, we should establish the main story first.
We're going to write it down. Okay, first off, most of what we know is going to come from game theory, obviously, because we're not great at scanning everything. That's loud. But we can come up with new sort of half-baked theories later on, based off of Custom Night itself. We're not going to be doing just basic FNAF lore, it's going to be Custom Night. Okay. For the record, this was not my idea.
This has been in the garage for like 2 years, so...
This was a half-baked semi-plan that we came up with today. Is that high enough? Can you guys see that? Sorta, kinda? No, not really. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit more.
Yeah, what's that? That's good.
Because my other one, whenever I yelled, it would just be like, it would just cut out for a couple of seconds. Well, it would get really quiet.
It's the opposite of what you want when you're yelling.
Well, I mean, no.
Well, you don't want it to get quiet.
Well, when you're yelling, and then it'll be loud, and you want it to be quiet. Why are we talking about this? No reason. Let's talk about FNAF. So, from what we know of evidence from game theory, if you haven't seen the videos, I suggest you watch them first. One moment, please. I need to turn on the sun more. For the record, this is in fact the second time I've used this camera and these lights, so I still have no idea what I'm doing. According to the clues from game theory, FNAF 2 came first. So on the timeline we can put FNAF 2. Ooh, that's pink. FNAF 2. Can you see that? No. That needs to be way bigger. FNAF 2. FNAF 2 came first. Okay, you can read that a little bit better. So FNAF 2 is first on this timeline that we've created. This lovely timeline. FNAF 3 is way at the end, because that's 30 years in the future, correct?
Yeah.
But FNAF 3 came before FNAF 6.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 is at the end. When does 5 take place? Okay, but after FNAF 2, we get FNAF 1.
Yeah.
Right after that is FNAF 1. Because we still have some of the same animatronics, but probably not, though. 3 is way down the line, 30 years later. Like, say this is 30 years long, this is not a to scale timeline, we're not good at this. I should have just put 1, 2, and 3, but... Too late for that! It takes place during that time. Oh no, it's happening at almost the same time as FNAF 5, because it's the same lamp. No, it's the same house.
Do you want me to look up the timelines?
Hold up, because Michael is the kid in FNAF 4.
Yeah.
So it has to come before FNAF 5, because in FNAF 5 Michael has a job.
Yeah.
But you're Michael in the other 2 games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So FNAF 4 has to come before everything. Because Michael's a kid.
Yep.
So FNAF 4 is back here. You can't see it, too bad. You have to just take our word for it.
This is more just to keep our thoughts together.
Pretty much. So 4 is where Michael's a kid. FNAF 2 is the first job that Michael gets. FNAF 1 is the second job that Michael gets. You play as Michael, Afton Son, all the time. FNAF 3 you play as Michael and you're trying to burn down the restaurant because that's how you murder your father. Because that's the greatest thing you want to do with your life. Especially when your father's a child murderer and a serial killer. After FNAF 3 comes FNAF 5. Mm-hmm. That's the time when stuff happens. That's the time when... Oh no, I can just put sister location because there's not actually FNAF 5. There's no FNAF in it. That's the time... We need more paper, crap. It's the time when Michael himself, after doing all of this good work, gets himself scooped in the scooping room. Why are you battery flashy? FNAF 5. You get scooped, and then Michael is dead. And entered the group of the sister location animatronics, Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Circus Baby, all go inside of Michael, and he is just a flesh suit. But then after he decays and turns physically purple, then they spit themselves out of him, and we don't know where they went. We don't know where they went. No. But they appeared again in FNAF 6 for some strange reason. FNAF 6 is at I'm just going to put a 6, because I can't fit FNAF in there. Move. FNAF 6 is right at the end of the board there. That... Are we still... Michael?
I don't think we do Michael then.
Yeah, no. Because we're just some random Joe. Because in the cassette tape at the end, the dude who gives us the cassette tapes, Henry, who works with Henry, who works with William Afton, tells us that we shouldn't have come here and it was an accident. Mm-hmm. You are completely out of frame.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 is no Michael. What happened to Michael after FNAF 5? No, but where's he end up? Because she says you won't die, and he just stands back up as this skeletonless corpse, by the way. He stands himself back up, he has no skeleton, he has no innards, he's just a purple flesh suit, and he's just gone to the winds. We don't know where he went. We don't know where he went, so... Michael? And during FNAF 6, you play as some average Joe, and Henry burns everybody important. Because FNAF 6, you end up with Molten Freddy and Circus Baby, who came out of Ennard. We don't know where Ballora or Funtime Foxy went. They end up in FNAF 6 as different characters trying to sneak into your pizzeria for some reason. We don't know why. And Afton is there in his Springtrap outfit because he survived yet another Springtrap failure. He's there. Lefty. Lefty, the actual animatronic of Lefty is unimportant, but inside of him is the marionette from FNAF 2, who is Henry's daughter. I don't want to write her full name, so it's just Liz, daughter of Henry. That makes no sense to anybody else, but it does to me, and that's what matters. Right. My battery's gonna run out any second now, isn't it? What if, what if we write down everything else, charge the camera, and then we'll come back to you and explain it all when we've written it down. How's that sound to everybody? That sound good? That sound good? That sounds good. That's why it was so high, because I'm tall. And we're back. We have much more things written down. Many more things. Everything that is in a nice, floofy purple color is the things that we wrote down because the pink was getting rowdy and out of control. So what we figured out is that we've written down the timeline. We got the FNAF, the Freddy's Diner, which is mentioned by Phone Guy, Freddy's Pizzeria, which came first, FNAF 4, FNAF 2, FNAF 1, FNAF 3, 5, and 6. That's the order of operations. To go into more detail, we have Puppet, or Elizabeth, Henry's daughter, dying right here. The first thing that happened, the thing that set off everything else, was Elizabeth dying. Way back, you see it in the minigame in FNAF 2. The Give Cake to Children minigame, if you see that one, that is the minigame where you see the puppet die. That's the first thing. And right after that is Midnight Motorist. Where is it? There it is. One of the minigames from FNAF 6. Because that is the drive home from the killing of the girl back to his house. So the orange guy driving a Midnight Motorist car is William Afton. The person, when you go into the house, the person who's sitting in the chair next to William Afton is the brother from FNAF 4. Probably. We're not sure, don't quote us on this, but the brother is in the chair, the one from FNAF 4, the one that shoved his brother into Fredbear's mouth. And the one who snuck out of his room to go to that place again, quote unquote, was Michael. He was a kid. This directly correlates to FNAF 4, which is where you play as Michael for the first time. In FNAF 4, you are kept in your room by nightmare animatronics that are not actually built to look like that. They have sort of mind-control disc things, not mind-control, but like mind-warping discs in them that make them look more horrific for Michael, to keep him in his room. It's a theory. It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed at all. They're only confirmed to be in the sister location animatronics, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then... Pat. Oh yeah, sorry about the echo, by the way. I don't have any soundproofing or anything, so it's just going to sound kind of tinny in here, but that's not my fault. Don't judge me for that. At the end of FNAF 4, if you make it through all the 5 nights without dying by yourself, because I actually didn't, because it's a horrifying game and I don't like it because it's spooky, if you make it through all of them, you get the cutscene with the iconic "I will put you back together" line, because he's referring to the bite. The brother from the chair, we're assuming, took his brother, like he and his friends picked up his little brother, who's like 8 or 6, who is Michael, stuff him into an animatronic face, and then the animatronic face clamps down on it and takes off his frontal lobe.
But no. The spring traps locking when they put him in his mouth? Yes.
The spring traps did that. Because the animatronics, the golden ones from that location, the Freddy Fazbear's Diner?
Yeah, it would be Diner.
The Diner are the Spring Bonnie and Spring Freddy. They are activated by spring lock, so they can be used as both animatronic and suit. Okay. What was I saying? And at the end of FNAF 4, Michael dies. The Michael dies. The one that you play as, the entire series, dies. He's dead. At the end of the game, you hear the flat line. Fredbear says, I'm going to put you back together. He's dead. But William Afton, who's speaking through the little Fredbear plush, his father, Michael's father, is an amazing technological genius. He builds a robotic son who's pretty much the same in all the other ways. And that's who you play as. I'm not positive how this works, but you play as robotic Michael through the entire timeline. That's what we're thinking of. That's what we're getting from this. Because if Michael dies in the FNAF 4, that doesn't make any sense. But unless... Because from the books, you see that Afton can build robots out of anything. He's a genius. So that brings us to FNAF 2, where...
More people die.
Yes, a lot of people die in FNAF 2. Because there's so many death cutscenes where you see about 15 different kids die. It's ridiculous. But I have some questions about FNAF 2 that we couldn't answer. Because in FNAF 2, there's the toy animatronics, but there's also the withered animatronics. Now this is why we had that rage debate about if FNAF 2 is a sequel or a prequel to FNAF 1. Because the withered animatronics look just like the original crew. They're just older, and they've been dismantled, deactivated, and forgotten, according to the trailer. That's why we thought it was a sequel. But through every other fact, you know, like Phone Guy, the calls, other bits of information that we gathered through... Sorry, I have to burp. We find that FNAF 2 comes before FNAF 1. But that gives me a question. Why are the withered animatronics trying to kill you? Because the withered animatronics aren't possessed. They aren't. They're just robots. The toy ones make sense because they're designed to do that. They're designed to pick up on facial recognition. They're supposed to scan you, find out if you're a threat. But the withered ones don't. They're just sitting in the back, collecting dust, doing nothing, and then they just get up and try to kill you. This brings us to another question about FNAF 1. Not FNAF 1, we have no question about FNAF 1, because FNAF 1 is easy. This brings us to another question about FNAF 2. Toy Chica. Because in FNAF 6, she is very important. She's very important in the custom night, the ultimate custom night, because every 1,000 points you get a cutscene. She's in her high school years, and it's Toy Chica of all people. We couldn't figure out why. So we looked at Toy Chica from FNAF 2. I look so unprofessional. I just realized I look so unprofessional. And Toy Chica, the character in FNAF 2, when she goes in the attack, her beak falls off for no reason, and she's just left with this gaping, noseless face, and her eyes go black. The only other character whose eyes go black is Toy Freddy, and we don't know why. We also don't know why Toy Chica does that either, but something special about Toy Chica. She's not just a security robot. There's something about her that we don't understand. Yeah, I did hit record. Good. Another thing about FNAF 2, which is not very important, it's just fascinating, that when because you're Michael, you are Michael, and the thing about Michael is that he's trying to go through all these things, trying to undo what his father, the murderer, William Afton, has done by freeing the souls of the children. And in FNAF 2, you play as Jeremy Fitzgerald, and then he gets fired and replaced by Fritz Smith. In FNAF 6, if you get all of the endings and then play all the way again, you get this one screen. I'll try to throw it up on screen if I can find it. These 4 gravestones. They parallel directly to the FNAF 3 ending screen of the masks. And they show you the names of the different animatronics. So, Freddy is Gabriel, Foxy is Fritz, Bonnie is Jeremy, Chica is Susie. Jeremy and Fritz are both names that Michael uses. So does that mean that Michael, as a kid, knew Jeremy and Fritz before they were killed? Did he have them at his birthday party, or did he just meet them at school or something? That's fascinating. I find that fascinating. Do you find that fascinating?
I find that
Thank you for weighing in on this conversation. This is my work partner, everybody. Gabriel and Susie we haven't seen anywhere else. I don't think we've seen those names anywhere else, so Freddy and Chica are just kind of...
But wouldn't
Freddy and Chica. Toy Freddy and Toy Chica. The ones from Our Lives Go Black.
That's true.
Huh. That probably means nothing, but that's a neat coincidence, isn't it?
Wouldn't those be the kids that are in FNAF 4? Like the ones at the birthday parties?
The brothers' friends?
Yeah.
Oh. What if Gabriel, Fritz, Jeremy, and Susie are the brothers' friends who shoved him into Fredbear's mask? Because they were all wearing masks that correspond to the other animatronics. We didn't know why, but maybe that's the reason. Because they got killed later because they killed Afton's son. No, wait. Because Afton's son killed Afton's son. Because Michael's brother killed him, and Afton wouldn't kill his own son.
Wouldn't he, though?
He might. That's fascinating. Keep that in mind. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. I have no clue at all. Let's just move along chronologically to here, because we wrote down this. Random anecdotes that have nothing to do with anything else. If you've read the book Silver Eyes, one of the 3 FNAF books that have come out, and they're amazing, by the way, so read them. If you haven't read them, then...
Read them.
What'd I say?
Read them.
If you haven't read them.
You said you haven't read them.
Charlie, the main character, has this little plush bunny called Theodore that was built for her by her father, Henry, who was also William Where'd he go? I didn't write him down. Who was also William Afton's partner. He helped create some of the animatronics. Henry built his daughter a little just robotic bunny thing. And we thought, what if that became Plushtrap? Because Plushtrap is a canon character. So maybe after Elizabeth died? Maybe after Elizabeth... Because the problem is, there's an issue here. Because the books aren't entirely canon, but aren't entirely not canon. Because in the books, Henry's daughter's name is Charlie. In the games, Henry's daughter's name is Elizabeth. So either
Henry, William, and Michael all have the same names. Henry, William, and Michael all have the same names.
Yeah, they do, and that's really annoying. So maybe Henry has 2 daughters. But he only has one in Silver Eyes. He also has a son in Silver Eyes named Sammy, who is Golden Freddy, but we'll get to that later. Plushtrap. I keep going off topic here. Shush, you're making noise.
Look at him eat that lettuce.
Yeah, Plushtrap Theodore, that's just what I was gonna go with. If you haven't read the books, then it doesn't make any sense to you. But anyway, Old Man Consequences. This isn't my own theory. This isn't our theory. We saw this in a video. Don't know who it was. I might put that in the description if I can find it, because I want to credit them because it was a cool video. Old Man Consequences is one of the characters in the 50-20 mode of Custom Night, Ultimate Custom Night. He was a character in FNAF World that you had to get to by going... Stop. He was a character that you had to get through by going through 5 different layers of the flip side, which is kind of like Inception. You go into one of it, and then you go through another layer, and then if you go far enough, you get to Old Man Consequences, who's just this pond. Old Man Consequences is just there sitting in a pond. In a pond. He's sitting in a pond, yes. He's sitting next to a pond fishing into it in the Custom Night. If you get killed by him at level 1... No, if you catch a fish at level 1, then you go there. And if you hear it in the background, if you distort the audio, and we think if you distort the audio, then you hear, I hate Henry, and I hate Michael.
But people are thinking that it's just saying Mike over and over again. That's another thing.
Just Mike.
Because people are hearing different things.
And that correlates to what Henry said at the end of FNAF 6, with his whole speech about, for one of you, the darkest circle of hell has split open.
Darkest pit of hell.
Darkest pit of hell is split open to swallow you whole, which is lovely. It's fantastic. I love that. I almost fell over. So people are thinking that Old Man Consequences level is hell itself, because that's where William has ended up, and that's why he's yelling Mike, or I hate Mike, or something like that. Moving along. FNAF 3 we got next to nothing, because it's self-explanatory. The puppet was there. The puppet is physically there, which is something interesting. The puppet has a reflection in the water on the floor, which means the puppet is there and is not a phantom. Stop. Can you eat a different time, please? Anyway, FNAF 3. It's 30 years after everything else, which is impressive, honestly, because Michael Afton, the robot, is still in one piece. And the puppet is physically there. We don't know how, we don't know when, we don't know where. And the phantoms that nobody likes to talk about, are there because of the weird mind control discs that are in the Twisted Ones, the second book. And they make a high-pitched noise and they distort your reality around you. That's also what's in the sister location animatronics, which is a good segue, thanks me. And you see them when you take apart Funtime Freddy. They distort everything you see so it looks more violent and or enticing to children or adults, whoever you want to get rid of or have. Because the whole point of the sister location animatronics is to abduct children for more experiments. Will you stop? Oh, finally there's in the Midnight Motorist game in FNAF 6, could you duck please? In FNAF 6, there's a Midnight Motorist game where there's a lump of dirt there. You can step up again. There's a lump of dirt in the Midnight Motorist game, which is just like the lumps of dirt in Twisted Ones, where the animatronics bury themselves in the day so they don't have to be found. Because that would be weird. Seeing a weird, like an animatronic bear-looking thingy just walking around in the daytime with a child inside of it. Oh, there's something like that from FNAF's... Nope, the Ultimate Custom Night. Because in one of the Toy Chica cutscenes, I can't string words together. I can't. One of the Toy Chica cutscenes, we see some wolf thing. She says she likes his fur. She takes one thing from each of the animatronics that she likes, and she just keeps them in her bag, and she murders the rest of them, and we don't know why. We tried to find something about that, and I mean, we didn't look for very long because we're not dedicated, but we didn't find anything special very easily. But there was a wolf in there, and I found something when I actually looked at Custom Night for the first time. I'm gonna throw it up on screen. I found a poster on the wall. Not only was it in this, it was also in one of the other screens, one of the secret ending screens of FNAF 6 with Baby. There was a poster on the wall that said, "The Legend of the Terrible Man-Wolf." And that's strange, because the only wolf we've ever seen in the entire FNAF series is from Twisted Ones, where there's a twisted wolf animatronic. Not Foxy, it's a wolf, it's grey. And we see that in FNAF's Custom Night, FNAF's Custom Night, and that's the only time we ever see that wolf, and I want to know where it's from and why it's there. But anyway, I think that's all we had. So this is our board of yarn, of red yarn, and pictures and detective work. This is what we do when we think for a long time. To recap, thank you. This is not just a theory, a really bad theory. It's also probably not very funny, so if you don't know FNAF, you're probably not still here. But if you do know FNAF and you're still here, yay, good for you! You get a gold star. You don't really, though, because I don't have any. You get a Tic Tac. Stop!
Oh, he's gotten himself into a bad situation.
If you have the answers to any of these questions, or questions to any of these answers, then leave them in the comments below, if you will. That would be grand. My dragon will not stop moving. You know what? You're distracting, so you're gonna see the people. This is Spyro. This is my dragon. He's been distracting for the past 3 videos that I've recorded in a row.
He's so cute.
He won't stop. He's a little freaked out right now, but don't worry, this is him. Yep, that's who he is. This is the sound that you've been hearing in the background. It's not focused. I forgot that autofocus isn't on. How do focus? Ah! There he is. Dude, look at the camera. Dude, look. Nope. No. You see how problematic this is? So yeah, anyway, this is the issue that we've been having. You hear that scuffling in the background? That's just him. Okay, but anyway, past that, back to FNAF. We're done with FNAF now. That's the end of the video. Her channel's gonna be in the description. I don't remember which one. Either Miles Away or Misfortunate Draws. One of those is gonna be in the description. Maybe both. I don't know, because I haven't edited this yet. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. If you like, please like, comment, share, and comment. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, farewell.